Hello, this is Aaron Nason. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Jamboard. I figure a good place to start would be how do you get to Jamboard on Google. So if you go to google.com, up here you've got these little 9 dots. Click on that and scroll down and you will see Jamboard icon right here. Click on that and it'll bring you to your Jamboard screen. These are all old projects I've done in the past, but if you want to create a brand new one, you get this little plus sign down at the bottom. Click on that. It brings up a brand new, fresh Jamboard, untouched. Um, Google Jamboard is really cool because it's a collaborative digital whiteboard that you can work on simultaneously with your students, or you can give Jamboards to your students to work on with partners, so they can all kind of work on stuff together or independently if the need arises. But it's got a lot of really cool tools in here. Anybody who's ever used a digital whiteboard, you're probably pretty familiar with a lot of them. They have different types of pens. They have a pen, the marker, the highlighter, the paintbrush, a couple different colors you can choose from. And obviously, depending on what type of device you're on and what type of drawing tool you choose, it changes the presentation of the actual drawing itself. Um, Paintbrush here. It also has an eraser, which comes in pretty handy. This is just a select and grab. This is probably the most favorite thing that comes up that kids really enjoy using is the sticky note function, because you can type into stuff your own sticky notes and you can change the color of them, and then they pop into the Jamboard and you can move them around. You can rotate them. You can grab onto the corner and kind of make them bigger. And then you have options to duplicate, edit, delete, all that stuff. So what I'll use these for a lot is I will make a Jamboard that has several sticky notes on it that have effectively answers to the questions on them, and then on each individual slide there will be questions, and then they have to drag the sticky notes to the appropriate section to answer the question. It makes something that's a little bit less entertaining into something that's a little bit more fun. You got fun colors and digital sticky notes and stuff to move around, and it's quick and easy to put together. The kids really enjoy it. You also have an option to add images, which is really cool because then it takes you directly to like a Google search, and you can do a Google image search and drop in whatever pictures you want. You can also upload stuff from your Google Drive, Google Photos. So, if I'm working on something that I want to make effectively like a digital worksheet for, I can pull it up from my Google Drive, drop it right into Jamboard, and the kids can type right into it, and it works pretty well. Generic text box, there's a little laser pointer function, which is cool because if the kids are all looking at the same Jamboard as I'm working on it, I can use the laser pointer to kind of show them what I'm talking about. And then this little button here gives you the option to add in some shapes and stuff. So it makes it a little bit more dynamic as you go along, a little bit more fun. So before, oh, and up top here, you can add in extra slides. You can create new frames. So that way, if you're working on something together and then maybe you have something that you want to do on the side without messing up what you've already got there, you just click to the right and it'll add a new frame. And then if you click on this, it shows you all of the frames that you have. Um, so it eliminates the need to kind of erase the entire whiteboard to start over to add more information. Before I wrap this up, I wanted to go back and show you an example of one that I had done before, that a couple of things that I've done before that the kids really liked. This was a movie choice voting board that I made for the kids to vote for a Christmas movie. I believe this was earlier this year. And so what I did was I went in and I put all of our options for movies to watch, and then told them how to go about using Jamboard. This kind of was our introduction on how Jamboard works. So I gave them a little bit of freedom about like what colors they were going to use and what size their sticky note was going to be and how they were going to rotate it and all that stuff. But then also gave me an opportunity to kind of teach them about how ranked choice voting works. I like to do fun activities, the seasonal holiday stuff, but also kind of slide in a little bit of the social studies stuff that they learn stuff even though they don't realize they're learning. So we learned about how ranked choice voting works, and then we had that explanation, and then we had our winner, which I believe was the Santa Claus 2. And so the kids went in and put their sticky notes in. We were all on the file at the same time. They all dropped their thing in there. I went back in afterwards and double checked to make sure everybody followed the rules. And it was like a really fun, easy way to get them used to how Jamboard works. Another one that I've done in the past was I had students. Uh, where do I have it? I think it's a little bit further down. Last year we did theme versus main idea, and we used Pixar movies to figure that out. This is while we were doing remote learning last year. So I gave them a sticky note that had the main idea on it, and I gave them a sticky note that had the theme on it, and they had to go through and identify main idea and theme using stories that they were familiar with, and all they had to do was drag the sticky note to the correct circle, and then send it back to me. Used it through Google Classroom, so it created a new file for everybody. So this one was less collaborative between the students, but it made it so that way I could get an idea of what each child's understanding of main idea versus theme was, and then do it in a way that's presented in kind of a more fun and engaging way than kind of a standard worksheet or circle the correct answer type of situation. So all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with Jamboard. And I've had a lot of fun with it in the time that I've used it. So hopefully you have as much success as I have. Awesome. Thank you very much.